For all my men who are 25 years or older and have never dated before, I just want to say that I totally get it. I've been there before. I get what it's like to go to bed each night wondering, am I ever going to have a girlfriend, and feeling unfulfilled in your dating life, and waking up the next morning asking the same question, and going through your whole day and just going through the motions, feeling a little bit sad and stuck. I know because I was in that same exact position where I never had a girlfriend or any kind of sexual interaction until I was 29. It was pretty rough. And today, man, I just want to give you some words of encouragement to help push you forward and give you some words of advice to help you out with your dating journey and make your dating journey feel a lot easier, approachable, methodical, and really sustainable. Because I get how painful it is to go after dating and going really hard at it and then coming home feeling like, why am I doing this? Well, luckily there's a way to approach dating so that it doesn't take so much out of you and you're able to just keep on going with it in a joyful way. And that's what I want to share with you today. First off, man, if you're worried about your dating life, I would say you don't stress so much about it. You have so many good things going on in your life. You know, you might have a full-time job or career. You probably have a good number of friends, and that will help you carry through a lot. And if you don't have either of those, you don't have a career or a whole group of friends, those are great places to start, man. Every little increment or every little piece of thing that makes your life a little better and better is always a great place to start and always worth celebrating. But I want to focus on the men out here who have a really good job and, you know, have a good set of friends and overall feel a little happier in other parts of your life. You have a lot going on, and I bet that you're overall pretty happy with most of your life, but it's that one little dating aspect that's annoying. And all I can say is you don't have to let that destroy you or take over your life, man. First of all, if you do focus on the happier and better parts of your life, then you will be better off and you will have a higher chance in dating, believe it or not. And also, if you're in your 20s, early 30s, you're still pretty young, man. You're still pretty young and you still have a really good shot to meet someone that you click with, date her, make her your girlfriend, and end up marrying her and having a family with her. That's still in the horizon with you. And if you're a little bit older than that, you still have a chance at having a relationship no matter how old you get. Whether in your 30s or 40s or 50s, there's always going to be single women out there who are pretty quality because at that point they're wiser and easier to talk to, and you always have the opportunity to meet someone and date someone, okay? But I assume that you're not here to wait around for until you're 30 or 40 or several years before you start dating someone, that you want some solutions now so that you can have fun and really enjoy yourself sooner rather than later. And so that's what this video is about. And I'm going to give you 4 solid action tips to have your dating life a whole lot better. By the end of this video, you're going to feel like a lot of weight has been lifted off your shoulders and that you'll have an exact plan of what to do with dating. My first piece of advice would be something that seems kind of obvious, but really you have to make dating a top priority in your life. It has to be one of your top priorities, okay? And I know that sounds obvious and it's simple, but it really is that simple. And I say that because right now, dating is probably not a regular habit or a priority in your life right now. You're probably focused on your career and how to get better in that. You're probably focused on the gym and how to get stronger. You're probably focused on a side hustle or a business or something else that's keeping you busy. And there is a huge possibility, I don't know how deep you are into subconscious work and shadow work and all that, but if you've had any introduction on it, you know that there are ways that you can distract yourself from the goal that you actually want. And even though working out and advancing your career and having a side hustle may seem like positive things because they could also be a distraction to what you really want, which is a really beautiful dating life. And so that's what I mean by making it a habit and priority. Other men that you see out there, whether it's your friends or other men out there, you might see them with women all the time. You might see them with a new girlfriend every few months, or it just feels like dating comes so easily for them. Well, that's because it's a habit for them. Just like how it's a habit for you to brush your teeth or go to the gym or eat healthy. It's just something that became automatic for you and is a must. Well, a lot of men out there, it just becomes a must for them where they have to make dating a regular part of your life. And that's what you need to do too. One way that I suggest to cultivate that is to have a cadence, therefore have a goal of how many dates do you want to go on every month. And my suggestion for that is to go on at least 2. Some people even say go on 1 date once a week. If that appeals to you, they can go for it. I feel like it's a little too much, but a good cadence is at least twice a month and no less than that. Because in doing so, it at least keeps it at the forefront of your mind. But at the same time, it's not so much that it kind of takes over your life. And I really like that cadence because, you know, you're still able to go after your goals. You're still able to go after them. But in going on 2 dates a month, it just means going on apps and, you know, meeting enough women on there, meeting women in real life so that you actually just go on these dates every 2 weeks. And that's going to help you feel a lot better, man. First off, you know that you're making regular progress in your dating life. And so it's something you don't really need to worry about. It helps you build reps in your dating life and helps you get practice on connecting with women, you know, dating them, having great date ideas, and overall just being really awesome and fluid in your dating life. And I like this approach because at first, honestly, in the first 2 weeks or a month or so, it's going to feel a little rough. If you're going to be like, man, I have to go out on this date, really, this is kind of painful and it's going to suck, but watch what happens after just a few months. Okay, if you can hold it out for 2 or 3 months, then things start to change. You'll be like, you know what? I'm so excited to go on this date and meet this new woman. I'm so excited to just have this experience, you know? And it's one of those things that just become kind of something that happens in the background. Like it just starts to happen automatically where you regularly go on dates and you actually get good at meeting and getting to know them. Just go on these dates and have a good time and enjoy yourself. You know, you don't have to worry about sleeping with these women or trying to get her to like you or make her your girlfriend, because you're out there just discovering these women and finding out what they're about. And if that's what's required for dating every other week, that's not so bad. Now, you might feel like 2 dates a month might be kind of difficult. You might be saying, well, Andrew, it's kind of hard, man. Like, it's hard for me to get matches on my dating apps or on Tinder or what have you. It's really hard. And all I can say is it probably just requires you to juice up your profile. You're probably not taking those dating apps as seriously. You're probably not beefing up your profile. Well, I'm here to tell you that now is the time to do so. Have some better pictures on there and answer the questions a little more fully. I'm not the best authority on that, but there are plenty of videos on there that can recommend you, that can teach you how to have a better dating profile. So I'm going to go on to tip number 2. But before I do, I just ask that if you enjoy this video so far, please give it a thumbs up. Just think about it, because in doing so, it will push this video further to people who are in similar situations and will help them through my tips. So thank you. The second tip that I have is something I mentioned before, which is to just go out more. And the reason this will help you a lot in your dating life, or will help you feel better about your dating life overall, is because it just helps you take your mind off of the whole thing. You know, it makes you take your mind off of dating. It takes your mind off of work, and it just allows you to go out there and have fun and connect with people. And as you go out there and connect with people, you become a more fun person, first of all. You're able to be in the flow of things and be in the present moment and just enjoy the company. And you're able to get really good at interacting with people and telling good jokes and all of that, which is going to bleed into your dating life as well. You'll be able to talk to other women and see how good you are at interacting with them and cracking good jokes and all of that too, because you've practiced it with other people. Now, one caveat to going out more is don't just go out with your buddies who stay in and play video games all day and you guys go to Five Guys together or whatever burger spot and you go out and eat and drink and then go back home. That's not what I mean. You want to go out with people who are sociable. You know, people who hang out in mixed crowds, guys and girls. Hang out with men who are actually actively dating, or at least have an interest in dating and meeting new women, because then you'll pick out that habit as well. And a huge bonus is also that if you go out more, you have a chance of meeting a lot more women too. You have a chance of meeting women in public places like bars, or if you're going on hikes, you can meet women there too. But also just introductions through mutual friends. That's one of the best ways to meet new women. And it's a really good refresher and a pause from dating apps. It's it's just great to meet women in real life and not have to worry about impressing other women or having to be a certain height or having certain stats to impress women on dating apps, because in real life, that it just feels a whole lot better. The third tip that I'm going to give out there is something that you don't usually hear, and it's something that you may or may not like, which is to reconsider your goals. And what I mean by it is you probably want to lower some of your goals or go a little bit easier on them. And what I mean by this is a lot of men have all these goals on their health habits. Like, I want to run a marathon by a certain time. I want to be this certain weight and body fat percentage. I want to get my certification for my job. I want to get my license on something, or I want to get further in my computer science or what have you. I want to have a side hustle and make X amount of money by this time. How important are those goals really? Because if you're sitting there and you're watching this video and you're making pretty good money in your career, but you're complaining about all the time about your dating life, dude, what has you not prioritizing your dating life? I truly believe, I've been where you've been before. I'm the type of guy back then where when I was working full time, I signed up for a Spartan race. I wanted to go climbing all the time because I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to have a side hustle. I was running a YouTube channel and doing other things because I felt like it was so important to do. And I thought that was so important, but if I could go back in time, I would just put all those on the side and just go out and have fun. Have fun with all my friends around me and go out and meet some beautiful, amazing women and go on dates with them. I would have just scrapped everything out of the way and outside of work, just enjoy myself. Because I can look back now and confidently say that would have improved my life. Not only improved my life, but get me further in my career and make more money at the same time. So what the heck? You might as well prioritize your social life and dating life right now so that you feel happier and more confident about yourself. So you're not sitting there feeling sad all the time about how lonely you are and how you want to go on dates with women. And just go on dates with women and hang out with people and you'll feel better, and that energy is going to show up in everything else you do. You're going to have all this energy to do your side hustle. You're going to, show up to work differently. You'll be more talkative to the people around work, and you can get promoted because you're more talkative, and the bosses like it when you're able to work with other teammates and be able to face the customers more. So it's just something to really consider. It's okay to give up your Friday night gym nights to go out more. It's okay to put a pause on that certification. I get it's really important. You probably don't need to put a pause on it, but if you're making pretty good money now and your boss likes you and that certification is something you don't need now, then you can put it off until a little later. All right, so that's my third tip. Now I'm going to go on to my last tip, which I honestly believe is the most impactful one. Before I do, I want to mention that I have a couple of freebies, and one of them is a free social confidence guide, which is 11 tips on how to attract people naturally and socially, which you can download in the link below. And another one is I want to invite you to a free 20 to 25 minute coffee conversation with me. This is just to get to know me and for me to get to know you. There's no sales attached. I just want to bond with my audience and see where men are kind of struggling in their dating lives. And what you get in exchange is that you get to talk to me and get some really solid advice and feedback live on where to go next to your dating life and what can we do to improve it. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link below and set up a booking call and we'll go from there. Thanks. So my fourth and final tip for you is to go to therapy. Now I know this is a little controversial and might not be what you want to hear. Some of you out there may have tried therapy, said, you know what, Andrew, I've actually gone to therapy 2 or 3 times and it just didn't work out for me. And I really encourage you to go back there and re-explore it. Because saying I've gone to therapy a couple times and it didn't work or it didn't do much, that's the same as saying I've gone to the gym 2 times, I haven't seen any muscles yet. Well, of course you haven't, because you need to dig a little deeper than going 2 times, bro. You need to be going regularly for several months at a time, and it's like that with therapy as well. If you've had a couple of bad experiences, what likely went on is that you were matched with a therapist who either doesn't fit you very well or isn't very good. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of therapists out there who aren't very qualified or very good and who won't be a good fit for you. So I encourage you to get back out there, try a few sessions with different therapists, and one of them is going to click with you and really work with you, okay? Now, the reason I recommend therapy is because therapists are really gifted at finding out what your subconscious thoughts are. And you probably have a lot of subconscious thoughts that are blocking you and keeping you back from having a good dating life. You might be telling yourself, I'm not worthy of dating. You might be believing that women don't like you, that you're unattractive, and that you're not worthy of love. You might feel like you're a flawed person and that you're too icky and too weird for anyone to like you. Which I will tell you that every human on earth has that experience. We all feel a little icky. We all feel like we have some imperfections inside. And that's why it's such a gift to date someone, because you find out that you're both icky, but that's where you find out that you accept and love each other. You know, that's a little bit cheesy, but it is really healthy to go to therapy. And the therapist will help you uncover what your subconscious thoughts are that are holding you back. Because believe it or not, all the thoughts that you have in your head, every thought that you have makes up your reality. If you have a high paying job, it's because you have a belief in your head that you're smart, that you're hardworking, and that you're someone who is capable of having a high salary. Good. Now it's time to take that same energy and put it in your dating life. And a therapist will help you uncover your negative thoughts and help them replace them with better thoughts. Oh, you know what? I can see why I feel like I'm not worthy of love. I can see why I have a hard time connecting with people. And they will help you have an action plan to reprogram your subconscious thoughts so that you're able to go out there, meet new people, and meet new women. So therapy is a great way to uncover a lot of that. But I want to mention that's actually just a start. Therapy can bring you up to a certain point, but it's also really important to come up with a plan on how to approach your dating life. And it's very beneficial to also have feedback on your dating life and someone who can offer that step by step. I happen to do that, and I do that at a very affordable price. So if you're interested in coaching with me one-on-one, I do have a link below on how you can do that. Again, there is that free 25-minute call if you're up for it. Now, a lot of you might be wondering what happened in my dating life and how I got to where I am now, how I met my first girlfriend and ended up getting married with her. And if you want to find out that story, you can check out the video right here. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.